Guys, be nice. It's the first collaborative video in 2026 where we're going to be talking about two teams and guys on both of these squads that deserve recognition because it's January 1st, which means we have ourselves the opportunity to dive into players that stood out last month, last week even. So without further ado, let's get things going and start talking about the Montreal Canadiens as well as the Detroit Red Wings. Both of these teams, by the way, they are playing later tonight. NHL action goes on. We've got Detroit versus Pittsburgh and Montreal versus Carolina. Does not look like Shane Gostisbehere is going to be in the lineup for the Hurricanes, which bodes very well, I would say, for the Montreal Canadiens. Speaking about those Habs, though, we wanted to start out this video by talking about Ivan Demidov, who's got 10 points in his last 10 games and 7 points in his last 5. Take a look at this. He was named the NHL's Rookie of the Month for December. It was a December to dismember for Demidov, who is now on pace for 69 points in 82 games. He's got 33 points in 39 at the moment, and the fact that he has really started to bolster up his production ever since the start of December, it's been a real blessing for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's see if I could do the math right here. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points in however many games played this happens to be. Is that what, 15 games, something like that? Demidov has been amazing. He has taken his game to another gear ever since being played with Uri Slafkovsky, and Rookie of the Month honors puts him right up there as a top Calder contender. If you go over to the NHL's overall point production for rookies, you will see that Demidov leads the class. He has got an 8-point lead over Matthew Schaefer, a 3-point lead over Beckett Seneca, and then a 13-point lead over fellow Canadian Oliver Kapanen. So, nice to see Ivan Demidov going out there and producing the way that he has. But that's not all that I wanted to talk about in regards to Demidov and his success, because his fellow friend and countryman all the way over in Russia, Alexander Zharovsky, was named the KHL's Rookie of the Month too, except this was for the third straight month. October, November, December, nobody has been better than Zharovsky, who has scored himself 11 points in 11 games played in the month of December. He's gone out there with a pretty good clip as well. He is on pace for 53 points over 60 games this season. Again, we've been noting this the entire time, but Zharovsky, if he keeps this up, he's going to break Ivan Demidov's record that he had set last year for most points in a season by a junior player under 20. Zharovsky going out there and following in the footsteps of a fellow countryman and fellow Canadiens player is a story that I don't think is getting as much attention as it should. He's got 9 points in his last 10 games, 5 points in his last 5 games, and the way things are going with Zharovsky, it's a conversation that we should be having here. Take a look at this. Oh, we won't see him for another year and a half, right? His team will let him come if he wants to next season. I think the quote behind that was lost in translation, and they meant they weren't going to force him into extending with Salavat Yuleev Ufa. But he does intend on honoring his contract. No need to rush him. An extra season of development in the KHL will do him good. What are the projections for Zharovsky? Schmeister goes out there and says, Go Jetter Go says if he keeps going like this, he might just be Demidov 2.0. Boy, we are going to be insufferable in the next decade. Scouting Lane says high ceiling, low floor type of guy. His ceiling is probably second line winger. His floor could be AHL or the KHL, so don't really get too excited there. He doesn't have the greatest shot, not an exceptional passer. He has an average level of compete, but his confidence, his agility, it's big enough to do what he wants. He can protect the puck well, he's patient, and he has good hockey IQ. It's hard to project him, but he has improved a lot in the last 12 months, so he might continue to improve significantly. We can hope, but it's extremely improbable that we have another Demidov. Yeah, let's just go out there and say Demidov was a top 5 prospect, and Zharovsky was taken in the second round, so it's not super easy to compare apples to oranges here. Either way, lots to like out of Zharovsky. Rookie of the month in the KHL 3 straight months, and it's just looking better for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, if you didn't catch it, what we had talked about yesterday on the channel, we spoke about how even though Montreal is not doing the best in the Atlantic Division right now, they're still doing fine. Number 1 in the division, however, is indeed the Detroit Red Wings with 51 points in 41 games played. Yes, they are not number 1 by points percentage, but the games played will balance themselves out sooner rather than later. And I wanted to dive into some of the awesome conversation points on this Detroit Red Wings team too, heading into their game later today against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Take a look at this post made on the R Hockey subreddit by Smash Bros 13. It is the NHL's best and worst team of the month from December. So, this takes a look at the entire body of work that all these players were able to put up from December 1st all the way to December 31st. And you can see that on forwards you have a lot of the names that we had expected to see. McDavid, McKinnon, and Celebrini were the top 3 forwards in the league. It's almost like they're all playing for Team Canada now. How great! But turns out the best defenseman in the National Hockey League in the month of December in terms of Hockey Stat Card's game score was Moritz Seider with a 31.25 ranking. Simon Edvinsson is listed on the 3rd pair of the NHL's team of the month, behind Darren Radish and J.J. Moser. Josh Manson and Brent Burns round out the top 6 of defenders in the league. It's kind of interesting that you got 2 Lightnings, 2 Red Wings, and 2 Avalanches. 2 singular proper noun teams as well. That's kind of funny. But all these guys have been awesome. It's kind of interesting to see Manson and Burns as the best defensemen out of Colorado and not Makar or Taves. Maybe Team Canada was wrong in choosing some of these guys after all. But it does go to show you just how strong Seider and Edvinsson has been as a pairing. These guys were so dominant. We already spoke about how they were, I think, the best pairing in the NHL for a time in terms of overall goals for percentage or expected goals for percentage. Let's just go out there and check it out here. See one more time if that's actually still the status quo here. Expected goals percentage. Okay, Edvinsson Seider is 12th overall here. They have a 58.1% expected goals for percentage. I think that has decreased a little bit compared to earlier on in the year. I think they were a lot higher earlier in the season, but hey, Moser and Radish, they're number 1. Makes sense that they are listed as the top pairing in the NHL. But either way, this does bode very well for Seider and Edvinsson. If things continue down this path, we can be looking at one of the best pairings in the NHL year in and year out. These guys are still young. Seider is 24 and Simon Edvinsson is 22, and they're already logging minutes like this. Edvinsson's getting 25, 26-minute nights sometimes. Hovers around the 19, 20-ish minute range other nights, and then Mo Seider, of course, the monster that he is, gets 27 sometimes, 26 other nights. These guys are eating minutes, and they're making it look easy. So with that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Ivan Demidov, Rookie of the Month in the NHL, Alexander Zharovsky, Rookie of the Month in the KHL, 3rd straight month, Edvinsson and Seider, one of the best pairings in the NHL in the past month as well. And then you also have Seider as the number 1 ranked defenseman in the league via game score on hockeystatcards.com. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these Red Wings and Canadiens notes heading into today's games. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.